Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, put it over there. I just on the go.
That's quite good
Yeah,
picture, that, isn't
yeah,
it?
good.
Good, that, nice.
Yeah, better picture.
Good luck. Just waiting for a few who's coming on. One with a thumbs up. 5 on now. Come on, guys, get on. Gonna really enjoy this one.
Yeah.
17, really good. Prime Ramble, all right, mate. Really good lad, love him to bits.
And
Welsh Goat, Mickey Jason. These are people, yeah, they can hear us. Or Carol Edwards. Hey, Carol, that's Lee Duffy's partner.
yeah, Carol. Yeah, nice.
Is it Peace? Frog, I've got my guys. D. Anthony, all the best, mate. John Mengo, hiya, mate. Padja, guitar, afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, mate. 19, are we, guys? It should be more than that.
Marty, did Cornelius fight Queen Francis? David's asking. Yeah.
God bless him.
Yeah.
Lovely lad.
James Hope, all right, yes, mate, thank you. Badger Bush, okay, mate. TMC Music, how you doing? I'd just like to say the AJ Films, little Alan now from Liverpool. You all right, son? He'll be watching. My brother Robert Cockrell, he'll be watching. Pico's Mrs. Happy birthday, and have a good time there. And his son, good kid, he's coming on the show with us. Yeah, everything's going really good, hasn't it?
Yeah, go for it now.
Right, hello there. It's me, Brian Cockrell, as you know, with the legend, and I mean the legend, Marty Turner, boxing.
Nice to meet you, everybody.
Boxing trainer for 47 years, Grangestown Boys Club, Marty. How did it all start, Marty, the boxing?
Well, we started in 1972, and I was.
Did you box as a kid, though?
I was a junior at school.
Right.
Yeah, but I had about 20. I think it was on about 27 bouts, something like that. Wasn't really. But I mean, boxing then was totally different to what it is now. I mean,
right. In what way would you say?
Well, kids were boxing kids like a stone heavier than them.
Right.
I think, you know.
In
fact, it was a good old mate of mine, schoolmate as well. In the St. Peter's School, the school I used to go to, there was about 4 or 5 who were in the schoolboy championships. Well, I never competed in the schoolboy championships because I was more into me football.
Yeah, you played for Middlesbrough, didn't you?
Played for Middlesbrough. Just in the
schoolboy,
16-year-old, 17. And of course, got a bad injury, and that knackered me career really. And I used to train with like the juniors,
right,
and the intermediates. I used to play Frank Sprague and the late Des McParl and people like that. You know what I mean? And Don Masson, a few more.
Did you have any brothers that only boxed with you?
Well, yeah. My brother Billy, he was a lot older. Well, he was older than me, about 5 years older than me.
Right.
And of course, then my brother Paul, he was like younger than me, so he was competing in the same gym. So in the gym, where we used to go was the Grangestown Boys Club. Right. So there was Mervyn Turner, Terry Turner, Ronnie Turner, Billy Turner, Paul Turner, and obviously myself. Well, everybody was saying, "Oh, so and so." Well, Billy Turner, which was the trainer's son, and Turner, right, which was the trainer's son, and there was Mervyn Turner, father at the middle house in Grangestown, and then there was Terry Turner at the middle. His dad had the middle house in Grangestown. And everybody was saying, "Who's all these Turners?"
Yeah, Marty, if the football team was all called Turner, they'd having a nightmare, wouldn't he? Turner, you're off.
Well, at the time, the Grangestown Boys Club. We had the likes of George Hodgson, there was Paddy Morrison, there was Alfie White. Alfie won that. Sure, Alfie won he never won the ABAs. He was in the semi-finals.
Right.
But he went on to have a professional career.
Right.
And there was Jed Lagan. Jed was an ABC semi-finalist. And there was a few more, you know. But anyway, Kevin McElmany, I'm going back to Kevin. Kevin was very small, and he weighed about 9 stone. Well, I mean, he was boxing lads. He boxed a lad called Stephen Bradbury.
I know Steve. Yeah,
Steve was a cracking boxer. He won the schoolboy championships.
Yeah.
Anyway, Kevin got beat off him on the Friday night. Anyway, on the Bill Power Kane was on the Wednesday in the gym, and he says, "Oh, Marty, so I've got you a fight. It's all been started. You're probably round about the right weight. You're boxing Stephen Bradbury." I said, "Well, that's what you put me in with him for. I said he's schoolboy champion." I said, "I've only had about 6 fights, which I had at the time."
Yeah.
So anyway, they put me in with Stephen Bradbury. Anyway, what got me was, I thought, well, he's the schoolboy champion. I've had 6 or 7 fights, but what got me is he was in the changing room and he's seen all these beautiful trophies, what was displayed on the table, and I want that shield. I want to have that shield tonight. And I thought, looks like I'm going to be in for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As you do, you know, your nerves are going, your knees are twitching. Anyway, next thing, he gets in the ring. Anyway, I beat 1 point. In the paper on the next night, it says, "Boxer meets fighter." So I thought, well, I'm the fighter, and he was the boxer. So
right.
Anyway, no disrespect to that. Anyway, God bless him. But anyway, that was like the start of the boxing. Anyway, like I say, I only lasted a few years at it, and then going back to my football, you know, tried to go back to
So what did you do after that then? How did you get into the boxing as the coach?
Well, I was working on the steel complex, and some of the lads were saying, "Well, Marty used to box." And
is this at Redcar Steel Complex?
Yeah. We were just building it at the time. So I was still working on there. And what happened was we were talking in the cabin. I said, "I think I'll go down and have a word with the boss," because the boss was still there, Charlie Snails, and also Ted Martin. And we got and talk, and I said, "Yeah, we'd love to come, you know, we'd love to have you come down, Matt, and start the boxing off." So I went ahead with it. So anyway, like I say, I was there 7 years, and I decided then to get my own place, which was down in Grangestown, the old Methodist hall, and used to have a top age, you know. Well, Troy Brown, he used to play in there, you know what I mean?
Right.
He used to play his drums and that, he used to have his drum kit in there and everything. And he used to have dancers on there, so you know, it was an ideal spot, you know, for the locals to, young lads to hang out and girls and whatever. And anyway, just went into dereliction, an old potato warehouse.
Yeah.
So anyway, I went down, had a look at it, and anyway, I bought it. So I went ahead and doing it up and whatever. Some of the lads from the Labour Club gave us hand, less Labour Club. And we went from there, and we went very successful.
Yeah. Who was? Can you just name some of the lads you boxed there? We know, but can you just name some of the lads who were really successful? And
not in that particular in the boys' club.
Yeah,
we had a successful team. We had Anthony O. We had
he won. What did he win?
Anthony won the junior schoolboys and the junior ABAs, and then.
Could have been a good professional, couldn't he, Anthony?
Anthony could have
been well past what he.
Well, believe you me, I mean, I thought he could have made it.
Yeah, really good. Well,
yeah, it was really nice.
Really nice
boxing.
Really nice lad.
And then there was Jody Silver.
Right.
Joe was in the team.
Hey, Jody Silver.
Yeah, Joe. Yeah, and there was Brian.
Oh yeah.
And I'm talking all these at the top of my head. There was Jimmy Teasdale.
Oh, Jimmy. Yeah. Jimmy.
There was Peter Rowe.
Quite another good boxer.
There was Tommy O.
They're all good. The same turn, isn't it? All the others could fight.
It was like the old boys' club.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So anyway, the old boys' club, which was in the Market Square, but anyway, like you say, we were in the new build. So anyway, after about 7 years, we kind of called it a day. You know, we didn't fall. It was amicable the way I left.
Yeah.
And so I put everything into place. But anyway, when we got into the old the old warehouse, the old potato warehouse. So I named the place Grangestown Amateur Boxing Club, which it was only amateur boxing.
Right.
So we had ups and downs and that
Yes.
with various other people.
Yeah.
I won't name them because I mean
Yeah.
it's all over and done with now. So, but there was a few stabs in the back, etc., etc. So we went from there, but obviously I trained the world champion, didn't I? I trained the Welsh champion, James Hunter.
Who was the world champion you trained?
Cornelius Carr.
And
He was the top. I would say he's
the best.
the best I've ever trained. Yeah.
And people out there, we know him really well. He fought Steve Collins for the world title, didn't he?
He did.
And what was Steve Collins' words after the fight? What he said to someone?
And this is off the cuff. I mean, I was in the changing room after the fight, and I looked at John. I said, "Are you all right?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "I'm going to have a word with him." He said, "No, Mark, no." I said, "Yes, I'm going to have a word with him." So I goes in the children, and he's getting interviewed by the Irish radio, and he looked up and he says, "Oh, he's Cornelius' trainer." I said, "Just excuse me, Steve, but I said, is there any chance of a return? Because I didn't think you'd win that. I didn't think you won. Personally speaking, I said, I don't think you won."
Yeah.
And he said, "No chance."
No chance of return.
No, because he was already rolled in with Nigel Benn. Nigel Benn, I didn't know Nigel Benn was there.
Yeah.
Because I was too busy in the corner. But afterwards, it was all set up for Nigel Benn and
right. So he couldn't really do it because of the thing. Yeah.
They'd already made it.
Or what did he say to you?
He already made the fight.
He would tell me a story about the lad in Spain who met him.
Oh yeah, Stuart Lowe, Lawrence Simpson, local lad from Martin, and he said he met him met
Steve Collins.
Steve Collins, in Spain. He said, "I was walking down from my paper and that." He said, "And there he was in his garden." He says, "How you doing?" and all that blah blah. He said, "A friend of mine." He said, "Boxed." He said, "Well, you used to box for my friend." He said, "Marty Turner." He said, he boxed you in Dublin." And he said, "Oh, what's his name?" He said, "Look, I'll be honest with you, mate." He says, "I'll be honest with you." He says, I was hurt by a body shot what he threw." He said, "He doubled me up." He said, "He nearly took my house off me." He said, "He nearly took my house off me that night."
Yeah.
And that's gospel honest truth. Yeah. Because Stewie wouldn't lie.
Nice man, Steve Collins, though, and he is a nice person.
I mean, he comes over as a nice chap, and he is a nice man. Yeah, I have a lot of respect for him.
So who else did you box then? Also, somebody else from the Commonwealth in as well?
There was James Hunter. He boxed for the he boxed for the Welsh title.
Peter Richardson.
Oh, Peter Richardson was Peter Richardson came to me.
Was he pro him then?
He went professional.
Yeah, right.
With Frank Maloney.
Right.
And Peter came to my gym, and he didn't want to train in London. And unfortunately, obviously his girlfriend, fiance, wanted him home, and
right,
he had to change his ways.
Right.
And he started training with me, and he had about 14 fights he had.
As he's an amateur or pro?
No, these were professional. But then they started to say that I was training Peter with the amateurs, and I said I wasn't training with the amateurs. He was training on his own.
Yeah.
I said, me.
Yeah.
Anyway, one thing led to another. Anyway,
did he win all the fights, the 14 fights?
With me, he did. Yeah, when he went back down to London, he got beat twice.
Right.
I mean, that
he
finished his career.
Did you said to him, "Don't take that fight"? Didn't you?
Well, I told him. I said, "You want to fight him again?"
Yeah, he's already beat him or something.
He's already beat him once.
Yeah. Like Steve Collins, isn't it? Why would he take a fight with Cornelius again when he was going for obviously more money with a bigger fight? Yeah, I think you mean.
Exactly. Yeah.
But what getting on to our big friend Joe Egan.
Joe,
well, can you tell us the memories about him you were telling us today?
Well, Joe, there was more to it than, you know what I mean? Because Joe was just Joe.
Joe Egan, this is on about who fought Mike Tyson.
You'd imagine it's around about 6 below, 10 below in Esbjerg,
Is this when you went with the team to box them? Yeah, yeah.
Right. And we walk on the streets and everybody's all wrapped up with all the fair, the bush hats on and all that and whatever. And we were just walking around with, like, normal
Mills clothes.
Tracksuits.
Freezing to death.
Freezing to death. Yeah. I'm going to say something else there. But,
Yeah.
Anyway, Joe said to me, he said, I'm going to have a look at it. I'm going to have a look at it. He said, I said, what? It's an ice cream parlour, Joe. He said, I'm going to get an ice cream. He says,
an ice cream in Denmark.
In Esbjerg. He said, me and Billy's going to get an ice cream. He said, to warm us up. I thought, I've had everything. He says, took the Irish blarney. Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
So what you like? So anyway, yeah, good crack, Joe.
Tell us about the place where you went to sleep.
Oh, what? Yeah. Well,
hilarious, this one.
I'll tell you what, Odgie, I'm not kidding you. Good man. He passed away 2 years ago. And we were very, we were very close.
Yeah.
And God bless him. And so was Pete. I mean, the two of them were gone, Peter's gone.
Yeah.
And
Odge. He's all went to a place to keep sleeping, isn't it?
Yeah. We're
beds.
getting back to the story, a little bit more so. But anyway, this place was like where we all stayed was a place in Esbjerg, and it was in this big auditorium. It was a massive place. 3,000, 5,000 people. Big place, massive.
Yeah.
Crowd. And we actually slept in the changing rooms because they put like bunk beds in. Anyway, obviously when all the boxing was over, the lads are out and they all, that's the end of that night because we had to box twice in about 5 years.
Right.
So anyway, they all got they got all that sort of help yourself. There's a crate there. Get yourself, but don't you have so much. You know what I mean? Boys will be boys. So anyway, I won't mention anything else other than that Joe went to bed and he was on the top bunk. And unfortunately, they couldn't wake Odgie up when Joe went through.
So he fell from the bed. Well, that snapped.
He actually fell from the bed. There was lats all over him.
And he's still asleep.
And Odgie's still asleep. And Joe's, he's actually waking up and saying,
what's going on?
What's going on? Whether it was with the drink or what, I don't know, but I think it was something.
Yeah.
But anyway, he couldn't wake Odgie up. No way. He couldn't wake him up. But anyway, the next morning when Odgie actually did wake up, there's all these bits of wood and two rats. Somebody been making a nest on top of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because Odgie was a big lad. He was, 18 and a half stone, 17 stone. Anyway, well, Joe, imagine Joe on top of you. Right?
No, not thank you. Sounds a joke.
19 Clem, you know what I mean? Anyway.
Tell the story what you were telling me, what Joe gave him this tip. And to this day, he regrets not doing what Joe told him.
Yeah, about anyway, what he said was, he told all of us. He told
20-year-old at the time, Tyson money,
Tyson was 20-year-old.
Yeah.
Right? Anyway, he said to me, he said, you know something, man? He says, I told some of the lads, he said, but if you're interested, he said, I used to stay with Mike Tyson. That's his name, Mike Tyson. I said, yeah. I said, I've heard of him. I said, I've seen a few fights of him. He said, he says, he's going to be the next world champion. I said, he said, he'll be the youngest world champion will be Mike Tyson. So get some money on him now. So anyway, I said, is that right, Joe? He said, yeah, dead right. So anyway, funny enough, when I get home, I'm talking to Connie and Odge and that. And I said, I said, a good man ever went with Reggie Boyle. Because he used to use the Albion Club, you see, on a Sunday.
Right.
Anyway, I goes down to the club and I thought, nah. I told Tommy Conway and I told a few other lads, we all used to sit with. I said about this Mike Tyson. But anyway, I never backed him. Cut the story short. But I did ask Reggie if he would take the bets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He said, yeah, I'll take the bets and all that. I said, nah, I'm on second thoughts now, Reggie. Anyway, I got cold feet. Anyway, what happens?
He won the world title.
Well, he won the world title, didn't he? He could have got 25 to 1 for him or something like that.
Yeah, and everyone else made a fortune.
Everybody else, Southampton, the Albion Club was ringing.
Yeah.
What? Everybody was going to bed. Well, like Marty, putting the thumbs up, like Marty. It's a nice one, that one.
Well, we're doing Big Joe in the next few weeks. He's coming on the show with us. He said he knows you really well. He said, I love Marty. He's a great guy, and all the respect in the world for you. So, who else was good then at the boxing you were asking? Who can I just ask you, who was your favourite boxer of all time?
Of all time?
Yeah.
Well, it has to be in our era, wouldn't it? I mean, it has to be Muhammad Ali.
I would say, 100%.
I mean, and then obviously we all say Rocky Marciano was undefeated, but look at the guy who Marciano fought.
Yeah, they were.
I mean, the only 15 stone guys and
13 and a half.
13 and a half, you know what I mean? But when you see these fellas, I mean, they're weighing in at, 21 stone?
Yeah.
19 and a half stone.
Yeah, monsters now, aren't they?
I mean, look at him now.
Look at Tyson Fury now, just phenomenal. I was
just going to say, look at Tyson
6 foot, what is he, 8, 6'9", something, 20 stone.
He's 6'4", he's 6'5".
My 6 foot, 6'8", I think he is.
Yeah, that's he's a hell of a guy. I mean, tall one.
Good boxer now, good 40 feet.
I mean, there's also, I mean, like some Lennox Lewis, I mean,
brilliant.
Lennox Lewis was a good fighter.
Brilliant fighter.
I mean, his record's there to look at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He won all the belts.
And he won everyone, and he had to fight everybody. You know, he was the one that had to go right away. But
when you look at them fighters in the 80s, they were phenomenal, weren't they?
Yeah, Sugar Ray Robinson. I mean, he was exceptional.
Yeah.
I mean, for his weight, you
call Larry Holmes and all that. They were unbelievable fighters, and Trevor Bear.
All great fighters.
Yeah.
All great fighters.
Smokey Joe Fraser.
I mean, even this guy now. I mean, Mayweather. I mean, obviously,
I think he's the best boxer of all time, Mayweather,
because
of his records.
His records stand out.
51 fights, 51 wins.
But I mean, you must have Muhammad Ali.
I like Muhammad Ali, my favourite fighter. Yeah,
not just his boxing. I mean, but
his brain,
his brain, and his passion for helping kids and helping the poorest. I mean, look at them about them lads who came back from North Korea.
Yeah.
Blah. I mean, he had nothing, did he? He had nothing.
Yeah, he went on and helped
them. He went and helped them. I mean, a lot of people don't know that.
Ambassador, wasn't he?
He was ambassador for the sport.
Yeah.
I mean, you must admire him. I mean, this era. I mean,
you had the COVID, didn't you?
Yeah, he had the COVID.
You had the COVID. He was serious, weren't you? And
very
died 3 times on the way to hospital, didn't you? And
yeah.
Really lucky he's here today, but
you had to tell the tale, Brian.
Yeah. So what you been up to anyway, Marty? Through what did you do? Did you leave the boxing in the end? Did you do anything else after that, or did you just retire from it?
No,
it was 47 years you were there, wasn't it? Boxing.
Yeah, 47 years, a long time, isn't it? I mean, just to give it.
Any funny stories in the gym around kids?
Funny stories was a few. Did I ever tell you that one? I told you that one. Then about the ghost.
No.
Oh, this one. Oh, this is different.
Won't put the willies up, will
it? Yeah, tell you what, he did that night with little Kevin. Anyway, Kevin was like, we were at the back of the stage.
Yeah.
Because he had the stage all cordoned off, and he said, neither stage or the steps, there was this big plate mirror that lads used to shadow boxing. And Kevin said, Marty. I said, what? He said, come here, have a look at this. Anyway, I said, what you want? What are you looking at? He said, there. He was pointing at the mirror, little Kevin. Did you see that? What is it? And it actually was a figure of a lady.
Yeah.
A figure who was actually a lady.
Yeah.
And she was all in white.
Yeah.
With a veil.
Right.
Well, I got the shivers. Yeah, honestly, I did. I'm not kidding about that.
Yeah.
Anyway, am I saying things? I said, where's the dog? Because we had a dog in the gym, you see, on the night. We used to leave it in.
A guard dog, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Was it a boxer?
Rottweiler.
Yeah, I'm joking.
And we called it Rocky.
Yeah.
Rocky with the dress on. It's very weird.
Yeah.
The dog's like this in the mirror.
Yeah, side to side.
I don't believe this. The dog's looking at her. The dog's looking at her.
Yeah.
Like this. And all of a sudden, just vanished right across the. Actually, just
Yeah.
like as if she walked across the floor.
But could she fight? Could she box? Yeah.
Hey, I'm not kidding you, Brian. There.
Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah.
I thought she was going to get the brush and clean the.
So what else has happened? Any other stories? Any other fighters?
No.
Any other top fighters you had there?
So anyway, the next day, the same story.
Yeah.
Peter went home early, see.
Right.
So that's why Kevin stayed back with me.
Yeah.
So I had to tell Peter the crack. So I said, "Hey, Peter," I said, "There's the key. Open the gym up." What do you think? He said, "I'm not opening that up. I'm not opening it." No, I said, "You open it up." Peter wouldn't go in. He said, "No, I am going in there." Well, Kevin's outside because Kevin's saying, "Go on, get yourself in." He said, "I'm not going in. I'm not going in there." He said, "Why?"
Yeah.
He said, "There's a ghost in there." Well, why that? But when he said that, there's a ghost in all the kids are all up the road.
So around the gym.
That's it. They're all up the road. Brian, I'm not kidding you. They weren't hanging about. You know what I mean? They were all up the road. They went to sit around on Sharif's and got the fish and chips. Yeah, funny. That's where you know going.
I've so many times. So when you go to do you know when you show some of these things here, what they're about?
Well, these are like any of the lads are ex-boxers or whatever.
Coaches,
ex-coaches. This is what you've got to do. You've got to go to the ABA.
I'll just shut that up.
Right.
Let you see.
You've got to go to the ABA and get one of them. It takes probably around about 4 weeks now to get one of them.
Right.
If anybody's contemplating about going as a coach.
Right.
And professionally wise, especially, this one's an old one here. These are old ones here. The British Boxing Board of Control. Right. You photograph in and competitions and everything else.
You have to have all these things.
All these certificates now.
Yeah, it's got the lots.
And it's not only for fitness and what have you.
Yeah.
And the trainer's record and etc. You have a record of the trainer who's in the corner with you. He's there for one thing and to look after your health.
Yeah.
Right? So you don't get if he sees there's you've got a nosebleed, a serious nosebleed, or
who's this the doctor?
No, this is the trainer.
Oh,
your trainer, your trainer who's looking after you.
Yeah.
Right. He could be. He's in the gym with you. He knows who you are and what your capabilities are, and that's when you see this. Some of them get mixed up, or they throw the towel in. Well, the reason why he's threw the towel in is because he thinks that his boy sees it.
He's going to get even
hurt.
Yeah.
Or he's taking so much punishment.
Yeah.
Right, and he's looking at.
It's all right sitting at home.
It's all right sitting down at home and saying,
"I should let it go."
Right, you should let it go on and all that.
Yeah.
So you've got to think of that.
That
kid, that young man, right? He's got the rest of his life. You know what I mean?
Do you think what I think, Marty? I think boxers should be treated better because I think a lot of boxers when they've been fighting, they're multi-millionaires over 300 million. Dog minute. So you've got £300 million, Mike Tyson's and all these other boxers, your Brunos, and they end up turning to drugs because they're depressed because they haven't got that 100,000 crowd.
That's what
do you think they should look after? Do you think they should have people like psychologists maybe seeing them and looking after them?
Yeah.
I think what you should do is, it's like football. You get them the brilliant footballers, but footballers are finished at 30-odd-year-olds. So that they've got the rest of their life, so they end up turning to drink and to gambling, and they end up losing money. But loads happens. I think they should be looked after a lot more than what they are.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, you get.
I'll go 100% behind.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people been saying this for years.
Yeah.
They're going to do this. I mean, like some Michael Watson. I mean, has he been forgotten about? But what would you say? I mean, the people like a layman.
Yeah.
I mean, personally speaking, I think he has.
Of course. I mean, he has.
Even though there was help there for him.
Yeah.
But has he been forgotten about?
Not enough, is there?
Not enough. I mean, like like I said, Barry McGuigan, I mean, the hard time, what he was going through that
And
time.
I thought that was lovely what you did with his son and
Yeah,
through the
yeah,
tower,
well,
was it? At that
Yeah,
time.
with him when Chris Eubank came down, he went to see one of the lads in the Naz in hospital, and it was nice of him.
He's a nice man, that Eubanks.
Yeah.
People got him all wrong.
Great lad.
Yeah, he's a great lad. Yeah.
Great lad. I mean, it's for nice.
I remember when
see him doing.
I remember when Nigel Ben come here and he went to the Charlie's bars, the Travellers.
Yeah.
And Lily Tyers was offering him outside for a fight. And Nigel Ben, well champion, you know, crazy. Come down here, but trying to find him outside the Charlie's bar. It was funny as. Yeah, but they were great fights, weren't they, Ben and Eubanks? Absolutely brilliant fights, toe to toe. No, really good fights. Yeah,
well, actually, getting back to the initial story of these lads competing.
Yeah,
I mean, I can remember Jonathan Fells phoning me up, and he wanted.
Who's this Jonathan?
Jonathan Fells. He was a promoter down in London,
right?
And he couldn't make it to the show. He couldn't make it, and he was up in Glasgow.
Right.
And he said, would you go in the corner for me? I said, yeah, by all means. Anyway. But I took this guy was already up there. I can't get his name now. He's from the Isle of Man.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, Brian. I wish I'd have seen him. I never seen him box.
Yeah.
Right. But I know he had a draw. He said that was his record. He had a draw in his last fight or something like that. And when I got there, I got him ready, when I got his bandages on and everything, got him in the ring. Anyway, got him warmed up, nice and warm and everything. I was so surprised that he was allowed to fight. Honestly, I was.
What?
Because he was so poor.
Not the proper skills.
At that particular level.
Yeah.
And to box this lad.
You get hurt, can't you?
He can receive something. Anyway, I said, look, if you don't liven up, I said, I'll just throw the towel in.
Yeah.
Anyway, I did.
Yeah. Well, that's shame on the people who train them, saying that person's capable of beating this other person. And I've seen that myself a few times.
I have to tell you,
mismatch, terrible.
I mean, it was a mismatch.
Yeah.
Definitely a mismatch.
And that's a match.
And that's only happened once to me.
That's when somebody can really get hurt really, really bad.
And it's only happened once.
Well, our friend we were talking to, David Ashton, Joey Parr, and Anthony, they're bringing a new fight thing out called Fight 100. And what they're going to do is they're going to bring in the 21st century. You're going to have microphones in the gloves so you can hear the thuds and let people realise how hard it is you're getting hit in that ring. They're going to have 5 no elbows in it. You can't use your elbows.
Yeah.
They're going to have no referee. They're going to have mediators. They're going to have 200-second rounds.